Hello and welcome. My name is Lisa Shea. I'm the published author of over 450 works. You can see a couple of them here on the screen. I write fiction and nonfiction. I write about romance and mystery and science fiction and fantasy and dystopian and all sorts of things on the fiction side. And on the nonfiction side, I write about yoga and meditation and journaling and time management, carb charts, all sorts of different topics, parakeets, tadpoles. So I've written all sorts of different things. And part of how I've been so productive is that I work on managing my time as well as I can. And it's an ongoing process. There's always ways to improve and make things better. But in general, if you can get a handle on where your time is being spent and what you want to spend your time on, then you have a much better chance of achieving the things you want to achieve. And this isn't about managing every last little second of your time. You still want to have some free time to be able to just rest and relax and do whatever it is that you want to do to release your stress. But in terms of making progress towards your goals, it's a good idea to have an eye on your goals and know what you want to work toward, and then you'll be able to take it in little chunks. So we're going to talk about this in different sections. One of my books is about writing a vision statement and setting goals. This is a free book. It's free on all platforms, so you can get it on Amazon, but if you prefer Barnes & Noble or Kobo or Goodreads or one of those other sites, you should be able to get it on every platform that's a major platform. So let me know which platform you're trying to get it on and I can lend a hand. So the starting point for working on vision statements and goals and priority lists and task lists is to have a vision statement. So let's talk about vision statements. I keep hanging by my desk a list of my vision statements and my 5-year goals and 1-year goals, so that way I can keep an eye on those things and make sure that I'm making some progress towards those projects. So at the very top of the list is my priorities. So these are part of your vision statement and your overall life vision. So a vision statement is sort of like a company statement or a nonprofit statement or so on. It's your overall statement about what you want out of life. And this is a good exercise to go through and to revisit every 6 months or every year because we change and grow over time. And the vision statement is sort of a thought of what would make you happy in a global sense. And it's not a specific thing like having a mansion or having a yacht. It's a more global thing like I want to be serene or I want to be healthy or that sort of thing. So it's good to sit down and think about if you had a vision statement for yourself, what would it express? What kinds of things are important to you in a global, holistic sort of sense? And then thinking about components of that is where you come up with your main life priorities. So I put the priorities right at the top of my statement. And here, actually, I suppose, instead of holding it up, I can open it up this way. On Word. All right, so the top priorities are to help others directly, to help others help themselves, to be healthy, to be serene, to find the lesson every day, to organize my world, and to smile. So priorities are not specific things. They're not about having a mansion or getting $5,000 in your checking account or whatever it is that you think is important to you. Priorities are overall thoughts that I want to be a healthy person, that I want to help other people, that I want to be an organized person. So your priorities will be different than my priorities or anyone else's priorities, and you want to think about 5 to 10 of them. Think about things that overall, if you just thought about your life as a general journey, what were the kinds of things that would make you happy? Would it be learning new things from different cultures? Would it be about traveling the world and seeing different places? Would it be about taking the best care of your family that you can? You know, there's all sorts of different ways to approach life, and think about the things that'll make you happiest. And this is the sort of thing that you work on for a while, and then in 6 months you take a look and see if things are going to be tweaked, and then 6 months later you take a look. And that's why it's good to hang it up somewhere that you can see it, or you can, keep it on your phone or keep it in a journal, whatever works well for you. But those priorities, those overall vision statements and goals that you have are the way to keep you on track. Because if one of your priorities for your general life is to be healthy, but then you never do any work on a daily level or weekly level or monthly level to do anything to improve your health, then it's sort of hard to make progress in an overall goal of being healthy. So the general statements that you make help aim you for the rest of the things that you do. And if you spend all of your time smoking, we'll say, just to choose a random thing. So if you are smoking all the time and you are smoking more and more all the time, and one of your tasks on your list is to become healthier, then they're in odds with each other. And if you look at those lists, then you can start to realize, oh, well, maybe this one thing that I'm spending a lot of time doing is not helping me and it's actually hindering me towards this other goal. And it gives you a little more incentive to chip away at it and to change the things that you're doing. So there's all sorts of things that we do to ourselves that we fall into ruts and habits that we are self-sabotaging and reducing our ability to make progress towards a goal. And by sitting down and reviewing these kinds of lists every once in a while, that helps us to realize that it's going on and to be more aware of it and hopefully to make some changes in our life. Because as much as other people could ask us to change or want us to change or so on, change really has to come from within for it to stick. So on the priority side, on the vision statement side, this is something that you do infrequently, maybe every 6 months, maybe every year, but it's an important step because then that guides the other kinds of steps that we are going to be working on next. So let me know if you have any questions about what priorities are about, what a vision statement is about, and how to set those kinds of things so that when we do the next stages of this process, we have something to aim for.